My teacher told me to speak English or go back to wherever I came from, while I was translating his lesson into sign language for a deaf classmate. Mr. Dawson was halfway through a unit on the civil rights movement when he stopped and stared at me. What are you doing with your hands? I was sitting next to Layla. She's deaf. Her interpreter had called in sick that morning, and nobody told her until she was already in first period. She was about to miss every single class until I offered to help. I'd learned ASL from my grandfather, who'd lost his hearing in his 50s. I wasn't certified, but I was a lot better than nothing. I'm translating for Layla, I said. Her interpreter's out. His face twisted. Stop that, it's distracting the class. I held still for a second. Layla looked at me, confused. She couldn't hear him, but she could read his face, and she knew something was wrong. She needs to follow the lesson, I said. I'm just signing what you're saying. This is an English classroom. He started toward my desk. You want to make hand signals? Do it somewhere else. It's American Sign Language. It's her first language. She's deaf. He pointed at the door. I don't care what it is. If she can't keep up like a normal student, maybe she doesn't belong in this classroom. Layla was watching his lips now, catching fragments. I saw her face fall when she pieced together normal student, so I started signing again. I was not going to let her sit there not knowing what was being said about her. He slammed his hand on my desk hard enough to knock my pencil to the floor. I said stop. I didn't stop. He leaned down until his face was inches from mine. This is America. Speak English or go back to your country. The room went dead silent. A kid in the back said, dude, it's sign language for a deaf person. He spun around. Did I ask you? I kept signing. I translated everything, including exactly what he'd just said to me. Layla's eyes went wide, then hard. She signed back, fast and furious. I didn't translate that part out loud. Some things don't need saying twice. What is she saying? He demanded. Both of you stop moving your hands or you're going to the office. She's saying you're violating her rights, I said, keeping my voice calm, which felt ironic given the lesson on the board. Someone laughed. His face went purple. Then the door opened. The head of special education stood there, the principal right behind her. They'd clearly walked fast. Mrs. Ramos scanned the room. Layla, then me, then Mr. Dawson standing over my desk with his fists still clenched. Is there a reason this student isn't getting her legally required accommodations? He straightened up. I was explaining that the hand movements were distracting the class. Hand movements, she repeated, her voice ice. You mean American Sign Language? The language listed in her plan as her primary means of communication. The plan you signed at the start of the year. She stepped in. I also got an email 2 minutes ago from a student in this room. Would you like me to read it? He didn't answer. She read it. That he'd told a student to go back to her country for helping a deaf girl. That he'd said deaf students don't belong in normal classes. The principal's jaw tightened. Sign language interpretation is a federally protected accommodation, Mrs. Ramos said. You denied it. You also made a discriminatory comment about a student's disability and a xenophobic one to another child. She turned to the principal. I want him out of this room, now. He started to protest that he was just keeping order. Looked around for someone to back him up. 30 students stared back. No one did. He walked out without another word, the principal behind him. Then Mrs. Ramos turned to Layla and signed directly to her. I hadn't known she knew ASL. Layla's face crumpled and she started to cry. Mrs. Ramos signed something else and Layla nodded. Then she looked at me and, signing as she spoke so Layla could follow, said, thank you for helping her. You never should have had to. We'll have a certified interpreter here tomorrow, permanently assigned. The substitute who showed up 10 minutes later didn't say one word about my hands. After class, Layla caught my arm in the hallway and signed slowly so I could keep up. You didn't stop. Even when he yelled, you kept going. I signed back. You needed to know what was happening. It was about you. She smiled, wiped her eyes, and signed one more thing before walking off. You see me? It was the easiest sign in the world to read, and the one I'll never forget.